Thank you for Studio 222. It has helped me think about my future. It is important to me because it's going to help me find my talent. Thank you again for this program. From Mary.
Studio 222 is a program in Oklahoma City that provides a safe environment after school that kids can come and be creative and work with professional artists and just have joy and feel good about the things that they have in their lives.
Dear Armando, thank you very much for letting us play on your instruments. I enjoy you teaching me. Thank you very much again.
We hire professional artists and they come to studio on 9-week blocks.
Dear Ethan, I want to thank you for driving me home every day.
Kids have a better future, our community is better. They become contributing members of our community if they have some little support and a little extra help along the way. Many of the kids come from very chaotic backgrounds and they just need that little bit of boost and that little bit of confidence and somebody believing in them to help them go further in life.
In 2010, 25% of Oklahoma's children lived in poverty. 2 years later, the rates for children living in poverty were the highest they've been in a decade.
I lived in a little bubble of thinking that every child had a parent that was taking them to school and making sure they got up every morning to go to school and that they had food in their house and that they came home from school and had somebody that said, "How was your day?"
This program is unique in Oklahoma City. There's really nothing quite like it, and because of that, we're gaining visibility from the nature of the program, and other people are actually coming to us wanting to know how it's been accomplished for going on 10 years.
One of the key features of Studio's success is this.
How are you? Good. It's cold out there.
While doing her research in 2003, Julie found that most after-school programs failed because they did not provide adequate transportation.
The parents work in the evenings or have 2 or 3 jobs and they don't have transportation for their kids. And they wouldn't be able to be a part of the program if they had to pick them up at night.
Hi, Mom, I'm home.
Christy Villa is a single mother struggling to raise her youngest son, Ramiro, on her own.
It's really hard, knowing that you don't have that other person back, beside you to support everything you do, to help out with the kids, to help out with money situations. It's a really difficult time.
If it weren't for the free transportation, Ramiro would not be able to go to studio after school.
Gas is expensive these days, and so I wouldn't be able to pick him up from there and then take him over there and then back, and it just wouldn't. I don't have the money for that.
Once Ramiro is here, once all of the children are here, it's like they're at their second home with a second family. The first thing they do is sit down to a full meal. Then every day after this early dinner, the children hear from a guest speaker.
We want the students to be aware of what's possible. And maybe they've never met a doctor, maybe they've never met an engineer, maybe they've never met
To the curls of the hair.
a working painter, a working sculptor. Maybe they've never met someone who's working on a PhD at a local university.
How many of you think it would be interesting to start a business someday that you get to manage and run, and you have some idea that you get to start yourself? And who thinks it might be nice to do something good for other people? Solve a problem, do something great?
Today we are going to finish up with 2 basically examples of etiquette. First, we're going to learn how to properly set a dining room table, and Mary is going to be my helper.
With the preliminaries out of the way, it's time for the main event.
You just haven't lived till you've worn a mustache.
The core of Studio 222, the professional artists who work here.
We hire professional artists and the kids get a choice on which class they want to be in, but they have to stay in that class for 9 weeks. And we go out in the community and find artists that are teaching artists and that have done professional work to work with the kids.
And notice,
Carrie Dolan came highly recommended from a number of different people in the community. She's one of the more well-known teaching artists in Oklahoma City. She's worked with all ages, has taught everything from ceramics to painting to mixed media. she could probably make anything, and it was just easy. She
kissed a frog.
is highly sought after, and we were actually fortunate to get her this 9 weeks.
We're doing a mixed media project now that we're exploring drawing, painting. We're actually going to use power tools, mixed media, fantasy, kind of fabulous.
We have Armando Rivera. He's just an all-around creative guy. And he's been working with Studio 222 for the last several years. He's kind of a father figure around here. Armando is someone that helps create that atmosphere of home. He's just so comfortable.
We're going to build a drum and a guitar, and then we're going to perform as an ensemble, and then we're going to make a CD.
Tyree Donato, she was one of the first most eager applicants a few months ago, and I just really appreciated her enthusiasm, and she really stood out and hit it off with her. She has an amazing background in theater, video production, working with students, and had a really interesting idea for a 9-week class.
We're studying the art of filmmaking. They are learning the art of what it's like to be on camera and behind the camera.
One reason Studio 222 gets such high-caliber artists to teach is because the studio pays them. The studio wants the best for these children.
Arts have been taken out of the school system a lot, or they've been reduced in our schools, and so this is a way for artists in our community who believe in promoting art in our community to actually feed that for our future.
The wind blows. Do you ever hear through a window when there's a whistle starts going because there's cracks in the window, right? And it's because it's going through a small little space, and it's going straight, and it's hitting a sharp edge.
Down the hall, established artist Nathan Lee is both teaching and bonding.
They're three-dimensional sculptures. They're going to be mixed media sculptures, and what they're doing is they're making the frames to them. Can I borrow that one from you? You guys have any idea how big anteaters are? I didn't know that they were that big. Yeah, they're like huge.
I thought they were little.
They're kind of scary looking actually.
When you say ant, you'll think they're small, but they're not.
Then you see them, they're these look like big long-nosed dogs.
Once a year, Studio 222 holds an open house show and sale. The spotlight is on student artwork and on the students themselves. Malik was all smiles when someone bought his oil pastel and insisted on meeting him. His brother, Martico, always quiet, broke out in a smile too when someone bought his wall lizard for $75.
It also adds something that we're selling their artwork. I think it makes them feel so important and like they are contributing to studio because the money goes back to studio. I saw Isaiah when he saw his giraffe on the wall. That's mine, that's mine. That just means the world to me that someone's proud of it.
And here's the artist.
What the children get from their time at Studio 222 is priceless. Exposure to new ideas from business professionals and a realization that their creativity, their spirits, have worth. And the children aren't the only ones who benefit from this artistic after-school program.
These students are so happy to see us every day, and we are even happier to see them. And the program is designed to impact their lives, but what I've discovered is they're impacting me in a far greater way.
I have never seen so much love from kids. I mean, oh gosh, I don't even know how to explain it. These kids show their character through their artwork, and it's so fun to watch them kind of express themselves through something besides playing on the playground. It's just awesome to see what comes out of them.
From its founder to the staff, from the professional artists to the volunteers who drive buses and serve food, Studio 222 is the picture of community action, the realization of a nudge felt by one woman 10 years ago.